Starvation, purging. The lengths that adolescents will go to just to fit into the views of society are tremendous. 25 years ago, my mother lay in a hospital bed at the age of 16, hospitalized for an eating disorder she didn't even know she had. My mother had not eaten in over 3 days. Her body had become weak and exhausted, and in the middle of class, she had collapsed. After being rushed to the hospital, she was diagnosed with a severe case of anorexia, had nearly died, and was promptly admitted into the hospital. For 3 weeks, she was under constant surveillance, forced to eat even though her body no longer told her it was hungry, and her family waited in constant fear that she may not recover. 3 admissions and 25 years later, my mother still struggles with the lasting effects. When my parents got divorced, she weighed 103 pounds. Her stomach sank into her hip bones, and yet she still looked in the mirror and called herself fat. Through the years, I have watched my mother struggle and obsess over both food and appearance, and it is only with my constant support through my teenage years that she now leads a fairly normal life. There are many issues imposed upon youth by society today, to include self-image. Anorexia is a common eating disorder in which you see your body as flawed and therefore try to correct your body image through starvation. Anorexia is a serious illness that can cause lifelong effects and endanger one's life. Today we will discuss 1. Anorexia as a harmful eating disorder affecting our youth today. Next, early recognition and why it is important in maintaining the child's health. And finally, social and cultural expectations that have impacted how we see each other as well as ourselves. Much of my information today came from sources such as Wikipedia, Women's Health, and the National Association for Anorexia Nervosa and Associated Disorders. Anorexia nervosa, also known as anorexia, is a harmful eating disorder commonly found in adolescents. By definition on Wikipedia, anorexia nervosa is an eating disorder characterized by immoderate food restriction and irrational fear of weight gaining, as well as a distorted body self-perception. While it can affect men and women of any age, race, and socioeconomic and cultural background, anorexia nervosa occurs in 10 times more females than males. Also found on Wikipedia, anorexia nervosa most often has its onset in adolescence and is more prevalent among adolescent females than adolescent males. However, more recent studies show the onset age has decreased from an average of 13 to 17 to 9 to 12. Adolescent anorexia is a serious matter that, if left unattended, can have many harmful effects on the child's health. Not only do eating disorders have immediate effects, but they are challenging to overcome and can pose lifelong struggles with health issues and healthy weight maintenance. Anorexia is most commonly identified with poor eating habits, but there are many other signs to look for when considering if someone is anorexic. If you look at our poster, many things that are physical rather than emotional can also be seen as signs, such as hair thinning, blood pressure. A lot of anorexics tend to have lower blood pressure. They tend to get cold easily, as well as bruise easily. They can have kidney stones or kidney failure, constipation or bloating, and lowering in hormones, which can be dangerous for a teenage girl. Abnormal behaviors such as not wanting to spend time with friends, constantly talking about food, or not wanting to eat in front of others are also common signs, as well as sensitivity to cold, extreme weight loss, and easy bruising of the skin. According to Wikipedia, between 50 and 75% of individuals with an eating disorder also experience depression. In addition, 1 in 4 individuals who are diagnosed with anorexia nervosa also exhibit obsessive-compulsive disorder. Treatment for anorexia nervosa tries to address 3 main areas. 1. Restoring the person to a healthy weight. 2. Treating the psychological disorders related to the illness. And 3. Reducing or eliminating behaviors or thoughts that originally led to the disordered eating. While researchers have been unable to accredit anorexia to any one cause, there are many factors that tend to play key roles in the development of anorexia in our youth today. In today's society, we are presented with an image of women who are thin, but what is not expressed is that this is not the standard for most Americans. Adolescents aspire to look like the figures they see in media. Today, eating disorders have the highest mortality rate of any mental disorder. There are many causes for anorexia, although no single element can be blamed. Many cases are entirely out of the child's hands, such as traumatic experience or genetics, but other social and cultural values play into the diagnosis as well. According to Women's Health, women in the U.S. are under constant pressure to fit in certain ideal of beauty. Seeing images of flawless, thin females everywhere make it hard for women to feel good about their bodies. More and more, women are also feeling pressure to have a fit, perfect body. In studies shown by the National Association of Anorexia Nervosa and Associated Disorders, 20% of people suffering from anorexia will prematurely die from complications related to their eating disorder, including suicide and heart problems. Although many of these are diagnosed as heart failure or attributes that cause the death rather than the eating disorder itself. If we could change the views of society, then we could save the lives of our youth. They are the future, but we are the present. In conclusion, 1. Anorexia is a serious illness that affects our youth today. 2. Early recognition can help save the lives of many of our youth and help maintain a healthy weight as well as body image. And finally, social and cultural expectations have a huge impact. If we can change the way society views our youth, we can change the way they view themselves. If the support of one child is all it took to help my mom overcome her disorder, imagine what the support and knowledge of a trusted adult can do for a child. If we promote self-worth and encourage children to realize that they are all beautiful, no matter their shape or size, we can help save the children of our future by preventing eating disorders one at a time.